Yo, fam, what's up? It's your boy, Sebastian J. Sanders, and we're back with another episode to the Money Monday series. Today, I want to talk about life as a young person. I'm 25 years old. Actually, I just turned 25 roughly about 2 weeks ago. But, I was just kind of reflecting on life, during my long flight to New York, man. I didn't know New York from Houston Houston to New York was 4 hours. Super long flight, but I had the time to reflect on my life and reflect on things and just reflect on my mental. And, life as a young person is hard, right? And when I say it's hard, I'm not saying the struggles and things like that. I'm just speaking from the perspective of there's so many things for you to figure out. And you're in a rush to feel like I need to figure all of this out in a 5-year span. Typically, as a young person, social media has made it seem like if you don't hit your pinnacles by the age of 25, you won't be successful at what you're trying to achieve. Totally unacceptable, totally wrong, right? You have your whole life ahead of you. What's important is that we need to know as a young person is, I think life truly begins when you hit your 30s and your 40s. Speaking to people of that age, they always talk about how they didn't hit a certain financial mark until they were 30 years old. Maybe they didn't get married until they were 30 years old. They didn't have their first child until they were 30 years old. So many different things if you get where I'm going. But life as a young person, I want to tell you this. Whatever you're doing, whatever you're trying to achieve, keep going. Stop placing limitations on yourself because social media has made it seem like everybody and their mama has made it at 21 years old. You guys, you have to realize social media is a drug. I don't care what you say. It's a drug that has a lot of people addicted for positive things and some negative things. And let's keep it real. The 80s had their own drug. The 90s had their own drug. The 2000s babies. Our drug is social media. I'm a 90s baby, but you get where I'm going. But our drug has been social media. What people have to realize is social media has a dopamine effect. Think about it. When you post that fly picture that you just took, maybe you went out to the club, you went out to a bar, you Sunday brunch, you did something. You took a picture. And when you posted that picture and you was like, man, I'm finna go crazy today. Everybody's gonna love it. Everybody went crazy. You start getting the likes, you start getting the comments, you start getting that attention. You want more of it. It's a rush. It's a rush inside of you. That's that dopamine that social media has placed on us. Right? Now, a lot of us use social media for business. A lot of us use it for so many different things. But I'm trying to tell you is you have to realize you got to be able to put that phone down and say, hey, I got my whole life ahead of me. There's no reason for me to rush my success. There's no reason for me to rush my business. Because why? I'm building something that's sustainable. I'm building something that's fruitful. Guys, you have to realize a lot of people give up on their business right before they hit that successful mark. Right before it. The thing about business is I can pop today, tomorrow, 3 years from now, 5 years from now. You just don't know when your time is coming, but you have to stay patient. You have to stay disciplined, and you have to realize as a young person, you have to grow and make mistakes. It goes back to my situation of the metamorphosis. As you start off in that cocoon, you're going to be in that cocoon for a few years. I hate to say it, but you're going to be in there building and growing your wings until it's time for you to fly. Mark Cuban didn't sell his first successful business until he was 28 years old. Jeff Bezos, if I'm not mistaken, I don't think he successfully mastered what he was trying to do at Amazon or successfully got it off the ground maybe into his 30s or maybe mid 30s. There wasn't 20 something years old. So why are you at 23? You didn't, hit $100,000 in your yearly business, but you've seen somebody else on social media do so and you feel like you're a failure. Why are you going to give up on yourself? Why would you give up? Because you're 4 years in. God may have written for you. 5 years, you're going to pop. 5 years, I'm going to give you a 6-figure business. 5 years, you're going to get 1,000 customers, 2,000 customers, 100,000 customers. But you give up on your 4th year. Why? Take some time and think about it. Why do people do that? Why do people give up right when it's time for them to pop? Why do people give up? I'm going to tell you why. It's because we are so focused on that instant gratification. I want to post something and I want everybody and their mama to see it today. If that's how I wanted to operate my business, I wouldn't be here speaking to you today. There's been times where I thought I was this is the one, this is the video, and it was a dub. It hit 500 views, 30 likes, 30 comments. But what do? I get right back in the lab. That's what you need to do. Get back in the lab, fix your operations, fix your infrastructure, keep pushing and keep going. We have to really practice loving ourselves. We have to really practice being strong in our mental as young people. In this life is hard. Life is hard. The scariest thing about life is unknown. I don't know what tomorrow brings. I don't even know what today brings. But you gotta take a risk, and you gotta get up there and out there. You gotta keep going. You gotta keep creating. I think, and I use the comparison of love. Love is scary. I don't care what anybody says. Love is scary. Because you may think people love you and they may not, or you may be with somebody for 5 to 10 years, and one day y'all may wake up and y'all may not even be in love anymore. The same thing, kind of the same analogy you can use for your business, right? You can have this thought about something, and then the next morning it may pop. The next morning it may not pop, but you gotta take that risk. You're not going to get wealthy or be successful by sitting at home scared, being scary, and being impatient. You got to get out there and take life on. So life as a young person, I want you to really slow down, love self, build something, and stop being so hard on yourself. Man, you dropped the product, it didn't do numbers, that's okay. So certain artists that we look up to, they don't even do the numbers that we think so at times. Why do we feel like we always have to compare ourselves to X, Y, and Z? Why do I feel like I got to compare myself to Lil Sally and Lil JoJo? When Lil Sally and Lil JoJo may be comparing themselves to me. It's a full circle. Everybody's comparing themselves to somebody. But at the end of the day, you got to be real with yourself and realize as a young person, man, I got to keep pushing. I got to keep going. Because I don't know when my time is coming. But when my time does come, I want to be prepared. I want to be ready for this moment. I want to be so ready for this moment that nobody and their mama can take this away from me. It's not your timing, it's God's timing. And God's timing is the best timing. As a young person, stop being so hard on yourself. You know what it is, man. It's Monday Mondays. It's your boy, Sebastian J. Sanders. You see it, but do you believe it?